Hey, what's going on, my friend? Juan Pablo here. Today's topic is how I gross over $122,000 in sales in 1 month and how you can too. Whew, feels good to say that. Woo-wee. But I couldn't say that about 2 months ago, right? We had to make some very stark changes in our business. And you might be in that situation in your business in which, man, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because I seem to plateau each and every month where sales, where top line revenue is concerned. It sucks. And you're curious to know, well, how can I break through this? Where's my breakthrough? Like Tony Robbins, right? Here's the breakthrough, guys. You got to be able to make some small but integral changes to your business to accelerate exponentially your revenue in your business. In 2017 alone, we grossed over $615,000 in revenue. Some of you guys may be thinking, well, that's pretty good. Or some of you guys may be thinking, man, that's weak, just depending on your perspective, right? But for us, it was great because the year before we had about 300,000 in sales, so we double it. So I'm thinking, whoa, maybe we'll double it this year. But what do we have to do that? Here are some of the steps that we took in order to obtain that six-figure month in June 2018. We did two things. One was personal and two was business. Because I'm sure you're well aware that your personal life has a huge impact on your business. And I was just speaking that with Rudy. Shout out to Rudy with production. And we're just saying how it's like three things, right? There's sleep, there's party, and there's productiveness. You can only have 2 out of 3. If you're focused on sleep and productiveness, then good for you. You ain't partying. You're not turning up. You're not on the couches with bottles. You're not having a cigar in your hand at all. No, because you don't have the time. Or if you're sleeping and partying, you're not being productive because you're hanging out all night, drinking, doing this and that. Not being productive, and it won't aid to the numbers in your business. But if you're being productive as well as partying, then guess what? You're not sleeping, right? Because you're always up, hanging out late, waking up early, doing work, also being engaged in play. So I realized I had to make some changes in my personal life. What's one of the changes? You guessed it. I chose to do 2 out of 3, being productive and sleep. Because I do a lot of events, I'm always in front of a camera or a crowd, and I have to make sure I'm on my best behavior. I want to make sure I project the right image. I want to make sure to my fans, right, to the people who are watching me, that I'm full of energy and that I feel great. I feel energetic and robust. But I can't be if I hung out partying, right? So I had to make that sacrifice. Another sacrifice is I start waking up at 5 in the morning every day. 5 in the morning to knock out everything I had to do with personal development, for exercise, so I have more time in the day to be productive. More time in the morning to be productive with fewer distractions. Because who's up at 5 in the morning being a distraction? Nobody is. Right? People start getting their day started around 7, 8, 9 o'clock. So from 5 to about 7:45, which we start our work day in the office, I put about 2.5 hours of good work. Another thing I did on a personal level when my time's concerned, I started associating myself with different individuals. I started to become in the midst of $1 million companies. So imagine, if you will, if you're getting started in business and you're hanging around a lot of people who have $1 million businesses. You're going to be soaking up so much information from them, for one, right? For two, if you're competitive like I am, you're going to be thinking, well, how can I meet or exceed them? Just for bragging rights, just for kicks, because I don't want to be the runt of the group forever. So being that I start changing my associations, guess what else changed? My monthly revenue. Now this is a personal thing that really helped catapult the business. I started to make changes on consumable items. I'm a huge proponent for reinvesting my earnings back into the business so it can grow. I'm big on investing in real estate as well, but I decided to buy a nice car, live in a nice place, and help my mom out a lot. So as a result of spending more money, it put financial pressure on me to exceed in my business. And I did that intentionally. I want to put a lot of stress on myself to make sure I'm working a ton, as well as with strategy, to focus on how I can do more with less, how we can apply the 80-20 principle. How can I fine tune what's the 20% of things that I do that produce 80% of results, and how can I maximize that small 20% and not do anything else that is productive towards my business. Another thing I did on a personal level, I started working out 7 days a week. You might be thinking, what? Yes, 7 days a week. Every day of the week, I work out either once a day or twice a day. Now, short and sweet, it might be a 30-minute workout in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon. 30 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the afternoon. An hour on Sunday, 30 minutes on Saturday. But generally speaking, 7 days a week I will work out, so I can always be in that productive mind state and also have the energy to continue to work long hours. Now, also clean up my diet, because once you clean up your diet, you will also clean up your mind. Your mind will start to operate like a machine. You will start to move with efficiency. This brain will be highly productive and energetic. You need the mental fortitude to work long hours. I had a haircut appointment with my barber, you know, hopefully it's looking kind of fresh. And he was talking about how he wants to make more money, charge more per haircut. He wants to start his own shop one day. I said, that's great, bro. I'm glad that you're ambitious. And he said, hey man, but by the way, Juan, I won't be in next week. Oh yeah, and the week after that weekend I won't be in either. Oh yeah, and a month from now, I'm like, bro, you can't have them both. You can't be focused on building an empire if you're focused on chilling on the beach. You need to choose, which one do you want? If you're not at the financial pinnacles that you want to be at, you haven't reached the financial pinnacles you aim to reach, you have no luxury, no right of laying up on the beach. You should be in the office, working your butt off, and then take a vacation afterwards, after you gain the success you want. But don't be complaining about your lack of revenue. You're chilling on a beach chair somewhere. It makes no sense. So outside the personal, we also did some very important things in our business to help catapult our business as well. We made room. So what do you mean by that, Juan? There's a book by Seth Godin. He talks about the dip, where you dip into your money to start building out your business. You might be used to using spreadsheets that you created, like we did. You might used to be hiring people that are just cool people, don't get me wrong, but they might not be experts in the field. So what we started to do is say, hey, you know what? We need to start hiring experts. We also need to start building our team out. We need to make room. Even though we really don't need a salesperson right now, let's pull this salesperson in here. Even though we're fine with one person for customer support, let's bring another person so she can have some help. So that way it'll free up her time to work on the business and not just in the business. So we became overstaffed, quote unquote, to the point we can start thinking more on the business and working on the business instead of in the business. And the business grew as a result. Personally speaking, I stopped doing lower wage activities. I stopped doing like admin stuff, customer service stuff, and realized, you know what, Juan? You need to be doing things that you're good at. Just be the talent and just be the CEO. Everything else got to get outsourced. So that means, you know what, Juan? You're going to have to departmentalize this thing that you're doing. You know what, Juan? You're going to have to create a script, an SOP, standard operating procedure. You know what, Juan? You're going to have to hire more people to do what you do. That's lower wage so that you can focus on the big bucks. And if I focus on the big bucks, the company will make the big bucks as well. Also, we listened to the people and gave more of what they wanted, to the point they got sick and tired of us. And I kind of got that from Grant Cardone. He said he's going to email his clients every single day until they want to unsubscribe. And that's what I started doing. To the point I'm emailing them multiple times a day. So if you're watching the video and you got emailed multiple times a day, I pretty much just went overboard pretty much. Because I realized this is what our people want. They want this information. They want to know about business. They want to know about real estate. They want to know about personal financing. They want to know about funding. So I'm going to give it to them in abundance. And if they love it and they want more of it, then of course I'm going to feed it to them. And you'll always get compensated greatly for the more value you contribute to the marketplace. And another thing that I did, I started working at home. Working at home, yeah, I created a home office and a home studio, because really now we got this from Friendly Human, shout out to them. And he said, keep your core competencies in-house. So I took that literally. I said, okay, our core competency is making videos. So I need to bring this in-house. So that way I can roll out of bed, have a camera up with the lights, and start shooting. So that way, but if inspiration ever hits, I can record at a moment's notice instead of having to commute 40 minutes across town to be able to shoot a couple of videos and go back to the office to do some CEO stuff and go to a meeting. No, I can just roll out of bed and start shooting. And I highly recommend you do that. Whatever the core competency is of your business, whatever is your main money maker for your business, you need to keep that in-house so that way you can do it on the fly and do it to its maximum. Last and certainly not least, I just want to piggyback the 80-20 principle. If you apply the 80-20 principle to your business, your revenue will skyrocket. Just do a survey. What are 20% of the products and services that produce 80% of the results? All those other products, cut them out and focus on expanding those 20% things that you're good at. And you'll soon find out your clients will thank you for it, because they'll be thinking, hey, I can care less about the other product you offer. Just stick at what you're good at and make it great. All right, guys, so those are the personal as well as business ways of how I was able to increase the growth rate of our business for June 2018. But shout out to you guys for always following us and watching us, and hopefully we'll be able to see you soon at our next event. As always, guys, it's to your success. Continue to earn passively, live passionately. Peace.